Of IH Top 9 here in the English room. We're going to be going now from 12 o'clock to 1:30. We have talks of 15 minutes like Varvara's now, then Garth's talking for half an hour about teaching with global issues, and then we're going over to Torun for Glenn Standish talking about classroom management, and we'll finish with 3 10-minute talks, 2 from IH Oman, and then as Sean said, he's going to round off the hour and a half talking about emojis. So we're going to start now with Varvara Churina. I hope the Russian accent's not too terrible these days. And she's talking about online translators versus.
Hello everyone. Thank you for joining me today for my talk. I want to share some of my ideas about what resource is the best for our students while they are learning English. First of all, I think that you see a little poll on your screens which asks you about the resource that you mostly use while teaching or studying English. So if you're interested, feel free to participate in this research to see the real statistics. And so far, I'm going to tell you about the statistics that I've got from the EU. So according to the statistics, most students prefer to use online translators. That is 57% of people, which is quite a big figure, and bilingual dictionaries, which are dictionaries that give you translation from L1 into English and back from English into L1. They take 22% of students, and only 9% of students prefer to use to rely on English to English dictionaries, which are monolingual dictionaries, and which makes the translators, the online translators, at the top of the list. That is quite understandable. Online translators are very easy to use. They are fast. They usually give you the translation within just 1 or 2 seconds. They are very mobile, so you can download them to your smartphone, to your tablet, you can take them along, and you can check the translation wherever you want. And the great bonus is that you can translate the whole sentences. And unlike dictionaries, there are many stereotypes about dictionaries. When people hear the word dictionary, they usually associate it with a very, very big book with a lot of words, with an overwhelming amount of information, most of which you don't need. And then it takes you ages to find the word that you actually need, and the whole process gets really, really boring. So whenever it comes to the situation when student needs to translate something, he comes to the point when he needs to choose the tool he's going to use to find the right translation. So let's have a look at a very typical situation. A student has a sentence in his own language. In my case, it is Russian language. So the original sentence sounds like this. Когда мы переводим часы. The translation should be something like, when do we put the clock forward, or when do we put the clock to the daylight saving time? And the situation is that the student doesn't know how to translate one word, the word переводить. And this word has multiple meanings in Russian language. So the translation will be different depending on the context. So here is what he can do. Way one, I call it online translators fan. So what happens is the student goes to online translator. So here is the sentence that he has. He uses online translator to check the translation of one word that he doesn't know. In our case, this is the word переводить. He gets one of the most frequent translation, and then also 10 plus options of how to translate this word. And what happens next is students usually choose randomly from the list because they do not have any extra information about the word. They just have the list of the words. And sometimes they are lucky, sometimes they are not very lucky. So way number two is, it could be called something like Mr. Lazybones. So the student uses online translator again, but this time he goes for translating the whole sentence, which can be a smart move because this time the translator has the context, and we hope that the translator can choose the right option from that 10 plus list. But the statistics, well, conventionalism runs that the online translators still fail on translating text and translating sentences. And pretty often you get a translation that doesn't make sense, or at least they don't give you the meaning that you're looking for. So at this point, you might start to think, maybe online translators are not a very good resource of information. Maybe this is not the best tool to use while you're searching for the translation. So what else can we use? Of course, we can use dictionaries. Now, there are different types of dictionaries, and I would like to split them into two major sections. So these could be bilingual dictionaries that give you translation from L1 into English and the other way around, from English into L1. And then you have monolingual dictionaries, so dictionaries that stay within one language. Let's have a closer look on these types of dictionaries. So bilingual dictionaries, these are indeed great sources of information. You look for one word in your language. So in our case, this is Russian language. You look up this word and you get a list of options of how to translate this word. You also get common collocations and context sentences. So these gives you reason to choose the word for your specific context. But there are also some cases when bilingual translation does not work. So we have a lot of lacunas, the words that do not have exact equivalents in the other word. For example, siblings, imbues, and thirsty, these words simply do not have equivalents in Russian language, and the only way to translate it is descriptively, and most dictionaries do not give you a descriptive translation. Then we also have non-equivalent pairs when we have a concept which is embodied through one word in one language and multiple words with slightly different meanings in the other language. And that causes another problem on how to translate these words. And the last problem is words with abstract meaning. So one word can have a lot of different meanings that do not have one topic, and it takes you ages to find the right word. And that is the point when it gets really, really boring. So we also have monolingual dictionaries, which I personally think are the best source of information. You take the English word, and what you get is a definition, a pronunciation information, information about style, register, common collocation, context sentences, synonyms, and antonyms. These are all very, very important aspects to know what the word is and whether it suits your context or not. But here comes one big problem. If the student does not have the translation, if he doesn't know the translation, so which word should he look up in the dictionary? And that is another challenge with monolingual dictionaries. So what I suggest is wave 3, so-called tools master. You use the online translator again, and we look up only the word that we don't know. We get the 10 plus options again, and what we do next is we check the meaning of top 5 words on the list in a monolingual dictionary. This is reasonable because many online translators, for example Google Translate, they list the suggested translation according to the word's frequency, not alphabetically, which is very convenient. And statistically, in 86% of cases, the translation you need is in the top 5, which cuts down the amount of time and effort that you spend on that. So the conclusion that I have is really simple. Be flexible. Do not stick to only one resource. Do not stick to one tool. Try to combine them. Try to use online translators in one case, monolingual dictionaries, bilingual dictionaries, and do not hesitate to double check and to see whether the translation that you've chosen really works in the context, because it saves you a lot of time and nerves to be sure that you've made the right choice. If you're interested, here is some dictionaries and some other resources that I've used, which are very good for translation. And also, many dictionaries have online versions, so they also become very mobile and easy to use. Thank you for your attention, and enjoy working with your language.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Varvara. We have a minute or two. Does anybody have any questions for her? Hope you'll all join me in a round of applause for Varvara's discussion of translators and dictionaries there. Valentina is asking about contexts, Varvara. Not sure what you mean by that, Valentina. Okay, the slides for the talk will be available on the blog, which the link will be posting throughout the day. Oh, we've lost Varvara. Someone was going to ask, Amir wanted to know which dictionary you trust most, Varvara, but she's left. She'll answer you in the chat box, hopefully.